Okay, turn that down a little bit. Guys, if you're just joining me, I am doing the Apex Legends Valkyrie, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. This is a Photoshop matte painting, and I'm using a realistic model. So it's a lot of advanced stuff, and but yeah, I decided this live stream I'm gonna start it during the process. So a lot has been done already to the model, but I still have a long way to go before this particular drawing, not drawing, but matte photo manipulation, matte painting, whatever you want to call it. But if you don't know what matte painting is, it's pretty much the process of like using digital paint and and uh, photography to create a painting or a collage or a composition. So a lot of professional artists, they use matte paintings for backgrounds in movies and set extensions. So sometimes, like uh, when the camera zooms out, like you see a cityscape in like a whatever it's a 2 point perspective or 3 point perspective. 95% of the time, it's the background is a matte paint combined with CGI 3D models. So yeah, so that's pretty much the technique that I'm using now. That most retouchers, photo retouchers, and digital matte painters use to create, their artwork. So this particular drawing, not drawing, but like composition, is of Valkyrie from Apex Legends. She's a new character that just uh, just was announced a couple of days ago. Actually, she was leaked for a long time, but they just officially announced, and I decided to do my version of her. So she's a combination of the official suit and also the suit that she wears in that suit, one of the promotional material of her backstory. So I'm doing a combination of her official suit and the sort of like the old vest. It looks like an Asian, sort of like a vest or sort of like a blazer that she's wearing in the trailer. So I'm gonna combine the two and try to do a realistic approach to it. And I got a model that looks close as I can envision in my head. Like if there was to ever do like a movie of Apex Legends, I look at this model here and she looks close to the end game model. So that's why I decided to use her. I edited her eyes a little bit and a face a little bit. So her eyes is a little bit different than the original, but I still have the original up so you guys can see the progress so far uh, of this particular drawing. So okay, so let me just I'm going to edit the video resolution because there's always issues in OBS for some reason. I don't think I can. Oh crap. Okay, so output video. Oh, I can't edit the output right now, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Okay, so let's get started. I gotta make sure that these a lot of this stuff is looped. There you go. Okay. So let's get started. Where I'm at now, I'm in the process of changing the background. So right now I have it as white. It's a white background. I'm gonna make it black, and once I make it black, a lot of the imperfections of the composition is gonna show, like of the photo editing. So I'm gonna use this square right here. This square is filled black, and I'm just gonna make the whole thing black like that. And wherever, like you see, like I said, you can see here some imperfections on her blouse here. So I'm gonna go in and going to edit. So right here, so two things I can do. I can either cut it out or I can paint over it. I think the easiest thing to do is probably to cut, so, or to paint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in my model folder here, open up my model folder, get all of this, and try to figure out where this background edge is coming from. Or if I could be like really lazy, I don't have to necessarily find some of it right there. Nope. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paint over this vest and get rid of the so what I'm gonna do is just select that color, and I'm gonna use a Wacom tablet. I'm just gonna use my mouse. Right now I'm scaling down the brush, so that is small enough. That's small enough. My opacity set to 48. What is that? 48%, and I'm just going to go over this just a little bit like that. Get rid of those white pixels. Just going over the pixel, just like that. So now the edge shouldn't be as sharp. So if I zoom out, yep, like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is that there's a white highlight that's currently on her face. I'm not sure if I want that there, so this right here across, you can see that's on her face. Those pixels there, I'm going to get rid of those pixels. So I'm going to go in right now. I'm going to press P on the keyboard. P stands for pen tool. And I'm going to go into my layers. I'm going to scroll down to either this model right here. I have two models, so I'm going to have to cut from both to get a sharper edge. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to have to do this twice, or just select it down here. Okay, let me do that again. So when using the pen tool, is all about points. So I made 1 point right here, and then I'm going to make another point, and when I make that second point, it's going to create a line, and I'm just going to click and drag to adjust this line. Alt click that point to get rid of that anchor. The anchors are used to bend the line. So I have 2 points. I created that line of selection. Then I'm going to make another point. Okay, that's point 3. Alt select, close the anchor. Then I'm going to make a 4th point like that. Click and drag, and I'm just going to get the line as straight as I can. And then I'm going to go like this. Create another point. Alt click to close that anchor right there. Then I'm going to go around like so. And that closes that selection. So after the selection is closed, I go back into my layers tab, and inside my layers tab, I'm going to go to paths, select paths, work path, control left click inside of here, and then boom. Now I have that selected. So now when that's selected, I make sure I go back that this image of the model is selected. I select the arrow, and now I'm just going to hit delete on the keyboard, and that delete some of that edge. Now I have 2 copies of the model. In order for me to get all of the white gone, I have to select more of the pixels on the other photo. So I'm going to have the bottom copy here. I select that. Then now also I'm going to delete it away. And now I still have a little edge there. So now I have to figure out, okay, where's this edge coming from? It looks like I have one more model in the eyes folder. Yep, eyes layer. I select her right there, and now delete. Now that edge is completely gone. So now I got rid of that edge. This is what I wanted. So now the face is a lot smoother. Yeah, that is what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so now this fill background, I can bring her back. Bring that back. Excuse me. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to make her hair, I guess I should focus on the hair and make her hair a little bit more gray, because if you look at this art, it looks blue here, but that's because of the lighting. But her actual final design of her hair is gray. So this background, I want to use sort of this kind of lighting. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I want to make like an adjustment layer and make her hair gray. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Right now it's telling me that my current resolution is not optimal. Anyway, enough with YouTube. Alright, so now I want to add a background. So what I'm visualizing in my head in terms of the composition, I kind of want her to be standing sort of like in a hangar where you can see like one of the titans in the background. So what I'm gonna do is don't have time to really paint. This is what a lot of artists do. They just get references and use that. So I'm gonna type in Apex Legends. So I'm just trying to find the Titan that Valkyrie uses. And if I can't find a Titan that she uses, I can just put. If you want to know what I'm doing right now I'm just going on Google and looking for a Titan to use that I can use as a background. Okay, so I found some. And I'm trying to look for one that has a high resolution. When it comes to making magazines, you kind of want to make sure you use like high resolution JPEGs. You don't want to use any of the lower resolution images, because when it comes time to edit, it's going to be hard to move around those pixels to get like a good edit. So I don't know, I'm trying to find something that might work. I kind of want like this might work too. I just want it to be sort of like standing there and sort of match wanted to sort of match the perspective that she's in, so sort of like a front view. So put like right. And then I'm just going to use an airplane hanger. Okay, right now I'm looking for something that might work, something with a higher resolution of an airplane hanger. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now I'm just on Google and I'm looking for hangers with lights, something that I can use. This will work. Definitely this image right here. see just in a minute. Once I get these images, you see what I'm doing. I just want like sort of like industrial images that I can use of like a top view that I can probably use as a hanger. One more image and I should be done. Okay. These might work, but the image is so small. Okay, trying to use night lights. This looks like a good image. Yeah, these kind of images right here I'm looking for. Okay, that is from Star Wars. I don't need that. Alright, okay, so okay, you see what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna close this because we're not working on the model. Even though the model is not done, I'm gonna create a background folder. Put this layer inside there. I'm gonna go to File, Paste, Paste Embedded. Now I'm looking for a Titan to use that I think that will probably match something that has a good resolution. I'm gonna try this one. This one is small, but you see they say PNG, but it's not necessarily PNG. So that is not going to work because it's not a PNG. Let's see. Paste, place embedded. Hopefully this one is a PNG. Please be a PNG. Okay. This is what I was trying to say. Like, I kind of want the Titan to be in the background, but I want it to be really large. So sort of like either really large or really small. Like really large like that. Or where you just see maybe part of the head. Either really large like that. But I'm starting to think maybe if it's a lot smaller, maybe it's maybe it's further away in the background. Like sort of like this. Or behind her. Sort of like that. That looks a little bit better. So the lighting is not done yet, but okay, let me save. So now that's a little bit of the background. So now I'm gonna add some smoke layers in the back, behind her, and it's gonna be in front of her and behind her. So again, back to Google. So sort of now I'm just trying to figure out which smoke to use that I think is going to work. This looks good. Right now I'm just downloading images of smoke to use that I think is going to work with the composition. Alright, that's it for now. Alright, so I'm just going to add a background smoke layer. This might work. Okay, that is way too small. But let's see. The thing is, I don't want it to just scaling it up and down, trying to figure out. Now I'm going to right click on the layer and rasterize the layer so that I can edit the image. So then now I'm going to play with the opacity and see if I can. Okay, that's okay. That's good. Hard. I set it to hard light. And let's decrease that a little bit. Okay, so now it's gonna be, this is a magazine cover, so I haven't even decided how the text is going to be, but right now it's still just, I'm still trying to just get the composition down before I add like any final details, if that makes sense. Yeah, so far I like that. Now for a little bit more of the background, I'm going to add some of those lights from the airplane hangar that I downloaded. So in the file, place embed, when you select file, place embed, it puts the image or file directly into your composition. So now I'm trying to figure out which background image is going to work the most. And try this one first. These images are so small. If the images is very small, it's going to be hard to I don't think this one's going to work. No, it's not going to work. So I'm going to try another image. Sometimes that's what it comes down to, just playing around and trying to figure out what works and what don't work. So I think I kind of like these lights right here, and this image is, yeah, I kind of like this. So what I might do is, yeah, I kind of like this lights. So I'm going to rasterize the layer, right click, rasterize. And then let's go to image color, image contrast, and image tone. There you go. So all I did was, when you go to image color, image contrast, image tone, in the menu of the image that you got selected here in the layer, it changes the tone so that it kind of matches the composition, the overall composition of the image. So with this, I kind of want it to fade in the background, but I just want this top piece. This is all I want, this top piece of the lights. So I'm gonna go to mask, click on this mask button down here by the layers. I'm gonna go to my brush, increase the brush size. Make it a little bit bigger. That's big enough. And then I'm just going to paint away the pieces that I don't want. Away. I kind of want decrease the opacity so that the brush is not so strong in erasing the image, and I just kind of want this to be faded. Decrease the opacity some more, increase the brush size. Oh, that's too big. Fading, not so much over here. Sort of like that. And what I might do is create a copy of those lights. Get rid of the what I'm going to do is get rid of more of the layer. Get rid of this. And I sort of just want decrease the brush size some. Increase the opacity so that it takes more of the image, and I'm just going to just get rid of more of the top. I don't want it to be so strong, and I kind of want it to be in sort of like that. Then when I turn this back on, okay, so then now I decrease some more of the bottom layer, Guys, if you just joined me, today I'm doing Valkyrie from Apex Legends, and this is pretty much a magazine cover, sort of like a realistic. If these characters were real people, um, sort of what would they look like? That's sort of good. I might even, for now, I'll leave it the way it is. The lighting I'm going to change. The Titan, now that I think about it, I probably, no, I probably might make him a little bit bigger. Now that I think about it, maybe it's just his face. Maybe it's sort of like something like that. Even big, like really big. Make sure that he's behind all of this. Sort of like that. And what I'll do is get rid of his legs. Increase the brush size. Layer mask. And just go paint away his legs. Don't need all of that. Fade him into the background. Sort of like that. Because she's the focus, so I don't want anything in the back to sort of take too much attention away from her. So sort of like that. Again, this is just me just playing around trying to figure out the compositions of how this is going to look. Because once I get the text, that's going to be that's going to really decide of where things will go. Because if the text, you can't have the text clashing with the image. So that's going to be the final say so of where things go. The Titan might go, I might remove it altogether. I might remove even the lights. I might remove more of the background. I might scale her down some. You know, right now it's just the stage of figuring out the composition, so that way I can add the final details to this magazine cover. So yeah, I think I'm at a happy place of where it's at right now. I will probably do another live stream to finish up this particular composition. I've been working on it for a couple of hours now, even before I started this live stream. But I wanted you guys to see sort of the process of how I do certain digital artwork that's not just traditional pen and paper artwork. This is like sort of like professional digital work. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little quick look into what I do when it comes to matte paintings and magazine covers and stuff like that in Photoshop. I will do a part 2 maybe tomorrow to finish it up. Yeah, I'll probably do one tomorrow to finish it up. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have an idea of what I want to do in the background, because I might not, like I said, I might not use any Titan picture in the background. I might just use a galaxy, a star, something more abstract that will make this image pop a little bit more. And then I'm going to put a lot of the final touches to the composition. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a while, but yeah, I've been working on this for a couple of days now, for over a week. So that's why it hasn't been a while since you've seen a 2D drawing from me. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to do more different types of projects for the web for the page. I didn't want it just to be traditional all day, every day, so this is something a little bit different. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll check you guys on the next one. Midori out.